Hello, chaotic bystanders, and welcome back to another episode of Total Current Party. Jesus, Chaos, Arc 3, Veiled Pursuits. I am having a slip of words. It's been a good day. Before we get into all these fantastic things, let's do intros real quick. We'll pick up the same way we start always. Go for it, everybody.
I got you. My name is On, also known as Antoine. I am creator of the channel Roll D5. We play all sorts of RPGs. It's a fun time. Other than that, I am playing Foxmoth, the wonderful little assassin.
Hello. My name is Jacob or JC. I will be playing Dante Smokespot tonight, and while I'm not being a Fire Genasi menace, I do play D&D myself over on Harnat on Twitch, or stream some gaming content on JC Productions on YouTube. But let's play some D&D. Isn't that right?
JC, that is right. And I am Natalie, here reporting from God-forsaken Utah. I play Doll, the flesh amalgamation of monsters, and she is wonderful. You can find me at New to You on TikTok, and the same username on Instagram if you'd like to keep up with the creative projects I'm doing. And it's been a year, but I'm still wondering why no one is making pastel armor. So I think I'm gonna continue to noodle on that forever. Back to you, Billy.
Hey, thanks, Nat. I love it. So, the last thing we're here for is there is no Haley today. She will be back next episode. We're gonna miss her. Great things. And we're gonna be real bummed out that we don't get to see you debate like you did last time like a fucking champ.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Now Foxmoth can't flirt with her. She's not here.
We miss you. We all miss you. And finally, I'm Billy, and I am one of the people that created Tales of Initiative, and I run this game, and it is fantastic, and I love it, and it's a super good time for me. Before we get into all those great things, let us do a little bit of a recap of last episode. On, if you want to take it away. You got it last time, and every time.
Yes.
So thank you.
That is true. I took a lot of notes last session, so I'll just kind of give TLD because you don't want to see 5 lines of notes. So, last episode, Ash and Brooke. Brooke is part of the Glacial Exchange. They had a wonderful political argument, and we all know that Ash won. Beautiful. It was amazing. And then everybody kind of went their own ways for a hot minute. Foxmoth disguised herself as and was outside of Exchange's office. She heard a lot of bitching and complaining. Also, something about Miss Grandwave, and something about that they had started the problem, and that's why they're there. Who knows what's gonna come of that? Doll had an interesting last episode. Lots happened. Doll's goal was to investigate the medical tent. Was not able to get in the but instead went and talked to who was talking about there's some weird comments about like it's been 20 years, it's we just up. They had a wonderful exchange though about they don't have money but they have rocks they could exchange with each other, and it was really and that the tabaxi was Doll get into the medical tent, and while that happened, when Argyle, there's some interesting residual arcana warmth on the carapaces that are around. Argyle is helping set up the rest of the their tavern to kind of help with feeding people, having help them and on. Doll back in the hospital. This is where things got really Oh, before we do that, because that's a good way to end. There was a contract a while ago that there was a serial, and she thinks she has found this person that has a bounty. She hunting them down while set up. Doll goes with this young girl, gives her a lion for comfort. They start talking about kind of like that Pengraven isn't their, or sorry, Pengraven isn't home. Trying to figure out where she came from. No, but she gives this little girl some food, and some mandibles came out of her mouth, and the whole ordeal was kind of a much freaking out, and started chittering for her mother, and the others have all started to respond. And the ultimate question that we all want to know from last episode, really on the back of our mind, has Dante Brooke?
It almost sounds censored.
That part did sound censored, yeah. Dante...
Has Dante slept with Brooke?
Perfect.
Did they bang?
That is fantastic. Alrighty. With that out of the way. With that out of the way, the only other two things I want to mention. The first being, please go check out our awesome sponsor for tonight's episode. Kick over that wonderful, beautiful screen. Bam! Into the AM! They sell awesome shirts and merch. And based on what I've gotten sent back, a lot of you have already purchased stuff from them. And it's been great. We've gotten a lot of feedback already. So keep doing that. Use Tails. Save 10% off. You seriously get merch for good money, and on top of that, it's really nice merch. I can say straight up, like, I have 2 shirts that I absolutely cycle through. I don't have it on right now, unfortunately, because I came right from work, but I love the merchandise they have. They have some really awesome graphic tees that I think everybody should go check out. They're really nicely themed, too. Some really cool lo-fi themes, if you really like lo-fi. They have a ton of stuff, but I'm a big lo-fi sucker, so... but, anyway, out of the way, before that, one last Tales announcement is we just want to tell you about the fantastic Patreon that we just set up that is live right now. And on top of that, it is not only live, but it's actually going really well right now. We have some really cool posts up already. We have some really good tiers that everybody should go check out. One of them even lets you control the flow of how the game goes. Not like we did with old Total Party Chaos. More along the lines of help shape the narrative. There's actually some stuff right now that you can vote on, including one passage for Total Party Chaos that if you make a choice, it's going to help do something in the next couple episodes. So take a minute, go check out the Patreon. Go check out the Patreon. We never know.
I'm sorry. What?
You never know. It'll be great.
Okay.
It'll be
Okay.
fantastic. But with all that out of the way, and I'm screaming, with all that out of the way, ready your smut. I don't have the fucking title in front of me. I'm not sitting in front of my stuff. Fight for your ecosystems. It's time for another episode of Total Party Chaos. Slimy transition, because I probably dropped the ball on that fucking ending real hard. Kick it!
Dude.
I think. Kick it.
Chaos!
Alrighty, we are back. I think we picked up in a great spot after that recap, so I'll just give you a little rundown of where you guys are all at right now. And let me hit a button real quick. Glad you could join us, my friend. Bam, ambiance. Go back to this beautiful little ambiance. Where we're picking up off last is, well, to buy a little bit of time, I will let the choice be yours. So right now we either have Dante, who is helping Argyle set up his Spectres and Spirits caravan on the outside of the town, closer to the shop that was recently taken over by the Glacial Exchange. And we have Dahl, who is coming out from... you were leaving the medical tent right after all that chittering started going on. So between the two of you guys, which one of you would like to journey forth and go forward?
Take it away.
Me?
Oh, go for it. I want to see what's going on.
Okay.
I do too.
Okay. So I will slowly make my way back to the camaraderie I see coming out of the little caravan, and I will go up to Dante. Are you with them? You're walking towards me, aren't you?
So,
Are you?
Right now, I was along basically the edge of the caravan. Ash was serving drinks, and I was basically just kind of moving around, setting up anything that needs to be set up, and staying out of Argyle's way because I know what kind of a theme we've built with each other.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Not
step
the
away for a
best
second.
rapport, but
I'm gonna go grab my husband's microphone so I my head.
That's
Sorry.
okay.
I will
Sounds
be
good.
right back.
All good.
you're good. Really good. So I'll go up to Dante. Hey, Dante. Real quick, you've probably picked up on, like, the weird vibes going on here. I know we're trying to kind of figure it out and put, like, the little pieces together, which is really cool. I have just a little snippet of information for you, and I'm gonna kind of, like, pull you aside, and just explain to you what happened with that girl and the mandibles that came out of her face. I'll also tell him the interesting context about where she was from, how they had burrowed holes in a mountain, which is interesting. Like, it kind of sounds like they're, like, part bug and part human or humanoid, like, meshed together. Like, kind of seems like a curse. Like, out of all of the stories from the ethereal plane, like, merging with ours, makes me wonder if people got merged with things from there, too.
Oh, if they weren't actually people in the first place.
I
You
mean,
gotta think, they can be mucked up before they got here.
that's true.
It doesn't
That's true.
necessarily have
We
to
don't
be-
know. I've like never like taken a trip to the ethereal plane before, so
Well,
I don't really know.
um,
But
Billy,
yeah.
did the mayor have bandages as well?
The mayor did have bandages, yeah.
Yeah. Well, maybe not then. 'Cause Ash and I do remember Maribel from when we were here, and she did not have any pincers or mandibles to speak of.
Yes, okay. So you're picking up my drift. So, I
Yeah.
mean, we've seen it reflected in like the environment and the world here, crazy things falling from the sky, right? So, and they don't have their memories. They have like a large gap of time before they remember what happened. So, you know, just noodling on that. I don't really know what to ask them next, though. I don't really know how to handle this sitch, you know?
Well, it's the kind of thing, and I'm glad you've realized this. Well, we're in kind of a minefield of possibilities.
It's a diffy situation, for sure.
Well, and I thought you'd be the one that know how to talk to bugs the best.
I mean, I can.
It
I
seems
don't
that
know if
you've
it would work with.
made them a little upset already, though. Said the chittering thing.
Maybe. I became friends with a tabaxi. So that's
Have
something.
Bug have to backseat?
Probably.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let's not put too much of a pressure on it right now, but it does make me want to go and see the other people, especially since none of these fine folks here have ever met them. We might be able to get a little bit more structure.
Yeah, like we
Information.
haven't like set up any kind of soiree with like the people on the outskirts, you know?
No. Well, and so I hate to put her in this kind of situation, but Ash is a mighty fine distraction. And so while people are looking at her and Armoth, we could probably get over to the other side. Try to find out some stuff that we need.
Do you think we should ask her, or should we just try to sneak away?
If Ash needs me, she'll get me. She knows what she's doing. And
That's right. She can like
she's got a way.
telepathically communicate with you. Very cool.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't know. Do you want to meet up somewhere? Do you want to sneak off together? Should we wait for Foxmoth? Does Foxmoth want to come? Does she want to do her own thing?
I'm sure Fox always wants to do her own thing, but Doll, if you want to, if you and I want to get out of here and start moving that direction, that's more than fine. It just feels bad to leave the girl in the dust a little bit. She doesn't know anything, and she doesn't have the talent that Ash does to get in contact with us.
True. Okay. I
Do
mean,
you know where Fox is?
no, I don't.
Maybe it's just as well that we leave her behind then.
Yeah. I mean, she's probably sneaking off, doing some recon as Dragonborns do.
Well, hell, at
Did
this
you know
rate, she might already be over at the other building.
Quick fact for you. She's a werewolf.
Is
I
she
think
now?
she's using, I think she's using the Dragonborn thing as a disguise.
Dragon werewolf, ain't that a bitch?
I mean,
Damn,
that combo,
I thought she was tragic
right?
beforehand, didn't she?
Well, she could fall from any height and be fine. So that's one
Is
pro
it because she
in
can
her corner.
fly from the dragon part, or because she lands from the werewolf part?
The way she lands from the werewolf part, for sure.
Understandable. That's definitely the thing that we need to be focusing on.
That's what I'm saying.
All
It's
right.
the biggest part. All right.
Well, now that we've
I'm done.
gotten this case cracked wide open,
It is cracked. Yes.
why don't we work on cracking open the next one? We leave Ash to her. Her device is honestly probably better off than whatever the hell we're about to do, and we start moving. They like Ash better than they like me, or ever could like me anyway. They won't
I mean,
be
she
missing
just
my
has
mug.
this aura about
I
her.
know my sister. She's more than fine.
Yeah. She'll do great. I'm not even worried a little bit. And who knows, she may find some interesting people for her, you know.
Ash will find interesting people wherever she needs to.
I love that about her. Okay. Let's get going. Do you need anything in the caravan before we go?
I got a drink already. Let's go.
Okay. So I believe we just start heading off away from the caravan. I don't know. In my mind, it's like set up like the caravan is in like a little field, and then it's like the buildings out here and like the medical tent over here, and then there's probably like rubble going off on the left side. Correct me if this vision is wrong.
Are we close? I thought we were closer to like the crater.
You guys are between. Let me pull the map up real fast, but I
We love a good map for the crater.
Crater map.
Let's waddle away from that crater.
Y'all, I mean,
Map.
I think you're pretty accurate with the description, though. I just have to see real quick.
Sick.
Which makes me really happy. Let me see.
I've been listening.
That makes me so happy.
I've been playing in character and not listening.
Yeah.
You got the great listener, and then you've got the role player.
It's
what
fine.
You're stuck with.
We need a good balance.
Yeah,
you
I
know.
love it all. So on the bottom left is the one of the buildings that was like kind of abandoned. In between that and the shop, which is north, like if probably like northwest, like far up left, but still like not far off from the crater, like in terms of space. Like it's still it's a little farther up, but not like distance wise from the crater. There is rubble in between. There's a lot of rubble, like kind of in between those two buildings, and then around the bend on the right side, on the north, like the right north, which northeast, but I like right. There is the like this, like not. It's like a herbologist kind of like an old place that used to be like for herbology, and that's like a 2.5-story place. And that place looked occupied as well. And then besides that, the rest of the buildings look dreary. Like you don't really see. It's either rubble, it's either like damage from the blast, or you just don't see any lights on inside. And then the crater's in the middle. The crater is like directly. One thing to note as well is also the like. Actually, you know what, Dante? Can you roll me a history check?
7.
You know that a place that you had some beers at, like back when this town was like alive and thriving, was in the middle of the place, and it's gone with that crater.
Good things never last.
Magic. You're not
Win.
wrong. Should we check?
Can you guys hear me?
This might. Yes.
Yes.
I can hear you. Oh, you cut out again. Say
wind.
more things.
Say more things.
Back.
She's so.
And now you're cut out
stealthy.
again.
Very stealthy.
What? Do you know sign language? Okay.
It's good sign language.
They've gone mute.
A great sign.
It's okay. We're having a great time with our buddy cop routine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know how long this is gonna last.
Maybe just talk in short bursts.
Right?
Like,
I
try
also
to get it all out.
turned down. I turned off automatically input sensitivity, so maybe that'll work.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways.
Good little bit of a trigger warning, considering, a landscape we live in today, but is it worth checking the rubble to see if anyone's down there?
Yeah, good trigger warning. You good?
Okay. I'm gonna mention that to Dante, and then just, like, start digging through the rocks a little bit, here and there. As we move.
Roll me an investigation check.
Oh. First roll of the night is a natural 1.
No! No! I will say...
Oh, no.
Let me see. Hang
Why
on.
are you doing this to me?
Very interesting. I will say, you go to pick up, like, one of the rocks, and, like, as you pick it up, you quickly, like, go to grip it, and it kind of just slips out of your hands, and it smashes down on something, and you hear something crack and break.
Ah.
You alright?
What kind of crack did that sound like? Was it, like, crunchy?
It's
like...
definitely, like, glass, like, breaking. Like, something was
so
glass and...
Not, like, shell breaking kind
Not like shell breaking, not like a carapace breaking, no.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Okay. Maybe I'll do this later. We can just keep going. It's fine. It's fine.
I mean, unless if you're really worried about picking out the dead.
This may sound a little callous, but I can always use the extra help. If you know what I mean.
Be as callous as you need to. You ain't gonna be more thick-skinned than they are.
That's right, I'm very thin-skinned. It's true. Anyways, that place looks interesting. You said northeast, right?
Yes. Yep.
I
Okay.
do know the general direction of the building since I had climbed up on the wall.
I'll follow your lead.
Okay,
You got this.
let's go.
Where's Foxmoth?
Oh, hey, welcome back.
Where is Foxmoth?
Foxmoth.
I don't know how long I'm gonna be here, but
This is fine.
Doing
This is
great.
working. Foxmoth, the last place that you left off at was you ran into that person that you identified as maybe being a bounty. And I do have to clarify that bounty was very old. Like, it's a very old bounty that hasn't been collected. But you ran into the Goliath fellow outside of the caravan when he was going up to get his like food and rations and like drinks and stuff.
so he's no longer there. He's kind of in his. Is he still amongst everybody, or did he leave?
He is still amongst everybody. He's talking. There's like a group of kids like kind of like laughing and talking to him, and he's just like laughing right back. And he seems like engaged in the conversation, even like playing with him a little bit.
Okay. I still don't like that. I'm getting sus vibes. Let me take a look at my inventory really quick. I don't think I do. Let me check my spells. Okay, for now, I'm going to just kind of keep an eye out.
Okay.
Watching his, like, every move and just kind of almost like hyper-fixating. The world around me is completely gone. I'm watching this person's every move.
He and just a general description for everybody at home again too. This Goliath has a big red stripe going down the middle of himself, paler, like darker gray skin, and he does have like his hood kind of tucked up. You do notice like there's a little black stubble kind of on his face, and his cloak is covering like his arms and all the way down to his feet, so it's pretty long. As he's like talking to these young kids with bandages kind of wrapped around them as well, and they're just like kind of having a conversation. He doesn't really break from that at the moment. He does like end up like cracking open or some of the little rations he got, and then drinking the beverage that he ended up getting from the caravan. But he hasn't moved at the moment. But he is like really talking and like joking with the kids. They seem to know him really well. There's a pretty good rapport like between them. They're just joking and having a good time as he kind of like kneels down and puts his hands on his like knees and like talks to him. You also see like a couple.
There's no other adults around. He's just this adult talking to children.
There's other adults. They're just like
Okay.
happen to be in the game.
It's like, okay, now I'm really gonna kill him.
No, there is. You do see like some of the other citizens like walking by and like giving a nod and like nodding and like waving at him, and they keep making their way through.
Okay. I'm gonna keep watching. We can move on to others. I'm just gonna keep watching.
Oh no, we
Till
had a
he
good
leaves.
chunk of time if there's anything else you wanted to do.
That depends on if he does anything, because there's no way Foxmouth is going to make a move because I'm missing what I want from my character sheet.
Oh, no.
So, she's gonna wait until he leaves.
Very cool. Okay. Sounds good.
All right.
So, following behind JC, yeah. Sorry, Billy.
No, that's fine. I was gonna ask what you guys wanted to do. Okay.
JC, do you know what you want to do?
we're making tracks towards that building I saw, and where
Making
we've
our
been
way.
directed beforehand, seeing those people who were always in the city, but according to the other residents, aren't the original members.
As you all make your way to the building, it's kind of like this, like, again, it's like, it looks maybe either 3 stories or 2 stories. Like, the top floor kind of just seems like lower, almost like maybe it's just like used for something different. But you start making your way a little bit closer, and you notice like there's like mossy and like green like oak carving kind of throughout the building. Like, it's very like, the whole building kind of looks natural compared to like the rest of the buildings you see in town. As like you get a little bit closer, you even notice that like even the lawn, it looks a little like blown back from everything that happened, but it just looks like a lot of care has gone into like the maintenance of this building. Like, even the flowers, again, a little bit like pushed back from the explosion that happened, but like they look like they were freshly tended. There's little vases in the windows, and the door is like this solid oak wood door, and you hear like you do hear like somebody on the inside kind of just going, "Oh, oh dear, where is it? Where could it be? It's probably somewhere. Oh goodness." As the door is like a little bit cracked, and up to you guys what you want to do.
Should we knock? We should probably knock. I'm gonna knock. Just like lightly tap on the door, like really lightly, so it doesn't like push the door open.
As you like knock, you, oh, 1 moment, please. Oh, hold on. And you hear as like a little rustling kind of goes on. Oh, nobody should come in and see it like this. That's fine. Okay. Fantastic. Great. Please come in with we're open.
Oh, you're open. I'm gonna push open the door.
You push
See
open.
how she reacts.
You push open the door, and you see this very small little satyr man, standing roughly like probably about like 3'7", roughly, like very small. And he kind of looks up. He has tiny little like manicured horns that kind of like wrap into like little swirls at the top. And happens to have like a long brown kind of like lab coat that looks very like homemade, like it's very like earthy tones. And then you see like he has like a long little beard, 2 braids going down on each side, and a little head of curly hair in between.
He sounds adorable.
Hello.
Hi. Pardon our intrusion, but we are from out of town, and we have been connecting with the mayor and are just kind of seeing how everyone's doing. We're checking in on people. You were kind of the first building that we've tried outside of kind of the Great Hall downtown. Yeah. Oh my gosh, do you own this place?
Yes, this is I've had this business for a while. It's my well, it's a herbology lab and shop. You can buy stuff. You can I do a lot of my experiments for the town here. I help out when I can. It's just stuff like that. They've had me here for a little while now. Sorry, I ramble. I apologize.
No, you're
yeah.
great. You said experiments for the town. I'm sorry, I'm just so curious about that. What do you work on?
Well, it's hard to say exactly, and as the satyr kind of like fumbles around with their words a little bit, he looks back up and goes, really, I was, well, for a while I was just helping kind of keep their their food like going here, because we kind of blocked out the outside from people coming in, but besides that, nothing too particular. I just stuff like that. And he looks down at his hoofs as he says that, and he goes, my manners, I actually didn't even introduce myself. My name is Luther.
Luther, it's so nice to meet you. I'm Doll, And I'll just gesture to Dante and see if he wants to introduce himself.
And there's no need to be apologizing, friend. We didn't have the common decency to introduce ourselves at the beginning either. My name's Dante.
Nice to meet you, Dante and Doll, and I hope our little town has done great. I hope you've enjoyed your time here so far.
Everyone has been so wonderful and hospitable. You just have such a nice little setup here.
How long have you been running this little shop, Luther?
Well, I've been running it for a couple of years now. It's brought in good. They let me do what I want here, and I help them with whatever they need most of the time.
Are you kind of conscripted by the town? Do you work directly for kind of your local government here?
Well, it was talked about, but I actually wanted to work more individual. And then we had some changes, that made it more difficult. So I'm more individual, than being run under the town's government.
I totally get that.
If you were being run by the town, they'd try to get you a bit closer. So, that makes sense.
Very true.
Yeah, I like what I do. I get freedom in it.
That's wonderful.
Was there something you needed? I have a shop. If that's what you wanted from me, I don't know how I could help you at the moment. But I would love to make.
To browse anything you have in your inventory.
Yeah, we would love to browse.
For sure. And you see, like, as you look through their inventory, or like they kind of like show their shop to you on this like little table that's over to the side. Everything looks like it's like recently fallen and like moved because of probably the explosion that happened. But he's reset like a lot of his inventory back up and all like in different areas. You do see like there's 3 potions on the table, and then there's kind of like a bundle of like herbs like spread out, a couple different bundles. And he goes, anything you'd like? Right now 5 silver for anything on the table, and that's fine.
What do the potions look like they are?
And do you ask him, or are you trying to figure it out?
I'm just trying to see right now. If I can't discern anything, I'll ask him.
They look like health potions.
Okay.
Generally purveyor of healing herbs and mixtures, then?
Sometimes it just depends on what I'm working on. That just happened to be something for my latest batch, and I knew at the time it would help the people of the town, so yeah, made it overnight.
Fair enough. And you said you were making food as well for them. Is that your current project or process, or is there something else that baking in the hatch?
Well, I was, but the current people don't like the same. I mean, it's not. I'm not working on that right now, to be honest. It's fine. It's more of
Getting a little bit more difficult to make what they like.
No. I mean, I just don't know if they. Well, I think anyway, I'm sorry. I'm probably rambling a lot.
No, you're not rambling at all, El. You're all well and good, and we're happy to lend an ear on anything you're speaking of.
Well, thank
We're
you.
here to help.
That's fantastic. I mean, I haven't really made a lot of food since the Glacial Exchange has come in here last month, and they don't really use me or rely on me for anything, so I kind of stay to myself lately. It's safer that way for me.
Safer?
What do you normally make? Is it more like vegetarian based?
It's mostly plant-based foods and plant-based dietary restrictions.
I love that. So like keto, probably, right?
What is a keto?
Or paleo, or
Oh,
vegan, or any of that.
yes, yeah. Yes, stuff like that. Definitely.
I don't
Amazing.
think
Do
the
you have
townsfolk are too worried about diets at the moment.
Um,
probably?
Yeah, it was just their preferred diet at the moment. Well, when I was making it, I'm not making it right now. I'm not really focusing on it too much.
Luther, do you mind me asking, were you born and raised here? Are you originally from
Mm,
Pengraven?
no,
Pentagraven?
I'm from a little
Pentagram Haven?
Pentagram Haven. That sounds a little spooky. But I come from the west actually, and I migrated over here a couple years back, and I came upon this town in my travels, and they gave me everything I wanted, so I was able to set up shop here, and I wanted it to be something temporary, and it ended up being something long term, and now I'm here. It's been great.
That's wonderful. Could you tell us a little bit about the explosion that happened? We're still trying to figure all of that out.
Um, yeah. It was a shock. It happened yesterday. It happened. Um, I don't know too much. I mean, I do know there was a boom, and then there was kind of almost like a vacuum that just kind of like pulled everything close. Like I noticed like a lot of my plants and stuff were I would expect them to be blown backwards, but they were pulled forwards, like they were getting ripped out of their roots, but towards the explosion, which was odd. But besides that, I don't know too much. I do know there was some sort of like small celebration at the town hall, but I don't know too much about it. That took place right before all the events that happened.
You didn't attend that fete they had at the town hall?
It was a personal one. It was very small. There was only a handful of people there, but um, unfortunately, none of the. I mean, yeah, it was small. It was really small.
Sorry, we're bombarding you with so many questions.
I-
We're just so curious about what happened.
No, I hope I'm helping. I apologize.
Yeah,
You're being
coming off.
quite the help, Al.
absolutely.
Just something that's been sticking in my mind personally since you mentioned it. You stated being here was safer for you than going out and trading with the locals.
Yeah, it just man, I've said a lot today. It's not really
Yeah.
a safe thing. It's just more of like a what's
And
the
if
word?
something out there, and if something out there is scaring you, it's
Um,
best to let us know. We are here to help and do what needs to be done. And if there's something turning your stomach inside out and upside down, you gotta let us know.
both of you roll me a perception check.
That was not the check that starts with the letter P that I thought I'd be rolling right now.
I bet it isn't.
A 10.
Buttering this man up.
I'm not using that dice anymore.
13, like a classy gentleman.
Doll, you can roll at advantage.
Are you
Foxtrot
sure?
Would like to annoyingly walk through the door.
Yeah, that's more than fine. Foxmoth just like you end up kind of just walking through as they're talking to this small little satyr man.
And she looks so annoyed. Just like disheveled and just not happy. And she's just
How's
like,
a dragonborn disheveled?
that's a really good question. Normally her scales are actually like super pristine, but they are dirty, and she does not like that. She walks in. Oh, there are things to buy here.
Yes.
Yeah. You okay?
I'm angry. I'm hunting something, and they won't do the thing that allows me to actually hunt them.
We'll talk about the deer you're trying to catch later.
Why?
We're just-
Are you
We-
hunting people?
No, not
There's a
this one.
deer outside. She's a prolific hunter, and Gets a little antsy.
You hunt
It is
deer
so true. I
outside?
am like cat ready to pounce. But I am dragon, so
Oh, hopefully that you're taking the metaphorical deer's life very quickly and not, hopefully.
I do not take any pleasure in killing animals.
Okay,
He
It's just a
respects
necessity.
all of that.
good.
So much
I would
respect for
agree.
life.
People
so
have been
much.
hunting animals for food for a long time.
I
Are
It's
you
not
a
to be ashamed of.
vegetarian,
Yeah.
Luther?
I am.
You
No.
are? Oh,
Yeah.
I love that for you.
Thank you.
I
But
have
Sorry
a
to broach the
question for
subject.
you, shopkeeper. What is your name?
I'm Luther. I run this place.
Luther. Okay. Do you happen to I'm looking to replenish my stock. I am looking for oh dear, what is it? And she looks like she goes rummaging through her bag. Do you happen to have any poison?
Not particularly. Why?
Particularly, what does that mean?
I mean, I could make it, but
How much would that cost?
I don't really like to sell out my talents to people that
What
come in
if
talking
I
about
pay
hunting.
you a lot of money?
I don't. I make a fine wage. I don't know if I. Do you roll me a persuasion check at disadvantage because you just walked in talking about hunting and talking about this man is like not game for you right now. Oh, really quick also.
What was your perception
I
there?
saw that roll.
I am stoked for this. But I have to first perception checks. What was your two really quickly?
Mine was 19 with advantage.
19,
13.
13.
Yeah.
Dante, you don't notice it. Like, you don't notice what at least Doll kind of catches on to. You do notice that, like, there is, like, an upstairs, and you do notice that, like, there is, the floor is kind of, like, the door is, like, locked. Like, there's, like, a padlock on the front of it. Doll, you notice, like, from the floorboards, from, like, above, there is, like, a very, very light pink hue that is just, like, very, like, familiar, and it is, like, seeping through part of the floorboards at, like, the back. And
oh no.
That
he-
wouldn't matter if I had seen it.
he is just back to, like, talking, though. And what is your persuasion check, Foxmoth?
17 at disadvantage.
A disadvantage. Holy shit. He looks at you and goes, what are you using the poison for?
How far?
Hey, Ox, really quick, can I chat with you for a second?
Me?
Yeah.
Sure. One moment,
really-
please, shopkeeper man.
Okay, scary person.
So hey, I can help you with your little poison dilemma.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't know if this guy is up for the vibe. But maybe take a look around and compliment his things. Also, there is something sketchy going on in the back of the store, and I think it's those stupid ethereal plane vines breaking in through his floorboards, and I have no idea what to do about it.
You know, I have a good idea. And very suddenly, Foxmoth is going to disappear. I'm going to go invisible. I'm going to cast invisibility on myself.
Okay, okay. How far did you guys go? Like, where are you
None.
at right now?
We're
Probably like towards the
like,
door and away.
But in the building still?
in the building
Oh, yeah.
still.
Okay,
blink of an eye, I'm gone.
I need you to roll me a, like,
Okay.
straight up, a stealth check at
Stealth
disadvantage. Because this man is terrified of you. And then you walked close to the door, and then you guys had a conversation. There's only 3 of you in the building right now. He is absolutely gonna notice you
22.
just go. What is it?
22.
You think he didn't see you.
Cool.
I'm gonna turn back around towards him. I am so sorry about that. She's a hoot, isn't she? Oh, we love her.
Yeah.
I'm also so sorry for bombarding you with questions. I just have like 2 more. If
Yeah.
you're down.
No, okay.
First of all, did you notice a change in anyone here in the past 24, 48 hours after the... It sounds like an implosion, actually, not an explosion. Just given the weird physics of what's going on here. Just strange.
I mean, what kind of change? Like, what particularly?
Personality changes. If you were close to anyone here, I don't know, different ways that they might come off, if their habits suddenly changed, anything like that.
Well,
Even like shop attendance. So if you've noticed, it sounds like you've had a drop in patronage the past little bit.
yeah, you could say that. I mean, it hasn't helped since the glacial exchange has been here, but,
Sure.
yeah, I mean, I don't know what anybody has... have you been to the town in the last... I don't leave my shop very often, unless it's for surveys, but have you left... or, I'm sorry, arrived to this town in the last, like, couple... maybe year? I'm sorry, about a year?
Oh, no. I am fresh to your little village here. We just rolled in yesterday. Today.
Okay, so... I don't know why I'm even hiding it. I don't like to get involved in things like this, but, yes, the town has changed. It's different, but it's because these aren't the residents that have been here. Like, these people just arrived yesterday, like, after the explosion. They came from the explosion.
Wait. The people came from the explosion. You're not talking about the glacial exchange.
No, the glacial exchange has been here for a month, but these people have been here for less than 24 hours.
And some of them are injured.
I think it was on the exit from the explosion. They all hit, and everybody kind of flew around in disarray.
Oh, wow. That's pretty crazy. I'm sure that's got to feel isolating. And it didn't affect you. Were you hurt? Have you noticed any changes physically, mentally?
No, my building is it may look easy to degrade, but my building is pretty strong, I'd say.
Yeah. Do you have magical wards up?
Nothing that would stop that kind of explosion or implosion.
Gotcha. Okay.
I would like
Last
to
question.
thing, as
Oh,
well.
sorry, go ahead.
Oh, you're good, doll. I was under the impression that Maribel was the mayor for quite a while. Are you saying someone's pretended to be Maribel over there? She didn't look too off of what I remembered of her.
She probably didn't look too off, but she is. I mean, Maribel hasn't been here for the past, I'd say, year and a month, maybe 2. Since the world changed, things have been very different. But Maribel, I was out on a survey, and when I came back from my survey, everybody in the town was gone. Everybody that, I mean, like, everybody disappeared. And I looked around. Not all the homes were empty. Everybody was just it was like everybody just got plucked from existence. And then when I looked around enough, I noticed that inside the town hall, the former town hall, now it is a crater in the middle of town, there were all of these people, these human-like insects. They were just like beetles, like just beetles. And then they I don't know if they spoke common or they learned common fast, but they spoke common, which was interesting. And they all looked afraid. All of them looked terrified. And it wasn't long before they organized. They figured out that they were somewhat safe, and then they started living in the town like it was their home, and started. They elected a leader. They picked someone. That person ran their town for a while, and I had a good relationship with them. And they fortified the walls. They ripped up that junky old smoke spite stuff from the shop and put the walls up with barricades so nobody could get in. And then it was. Was it a change? Was it a shift that I wasn't used to? Yes, it was. It was absolutely insane. It was like going from a place where all my friends and family. Family I use loosely, but all of my friends of the town just gone. And then yesterday, all of them are back, and it's like it's been a year for me, and it's like they haven't seen me, and I have no idea. It's been decades, I guess.
So let me get this straight. You've been living alone in an empty town for a year.
It hasn't been empty. It was like one day my town disappeared, and the next day these insect humanoids, I still don't really know what they are, showed up the very next day.
So those insect people have only been here for a day when the explosion happened.
The people of the town that are here now, they came back after the explosion happened. The bug insect-like people, they disappeared again when everything went down. So it was like somebody swapped them out a year ago, and then this happened today, and it swapped them back. But
so you were in had a business relationship with full bug people, not the partial bug people. So that very well might be Maribel, but the people that you had the relationship were, although elected people and acted like they lived in the town, was not.
Yes,
Maribel and the Black.
They were not. It was a very different community. But whatever is plaguing the town right now, I mean, it looks very similar to the human insect hybrid, whatever they were. But I mean, they were full, like they were like fully walking, like beetle species. The town just seems to be slowly like becoming that. I don't know. It's I haven't seen much, and they've stayed away from me most of the time. Not for any particular reason. I just don't really get along with Glacial Exchange, so I'm staying where I need to be. But also, the Glacial Exchange has been here the entire time. I mean, they've been not the entire time, but for a month. I mean, they've seen the same things.
And they're just acting like they weren't trading with full bug people, and it's all right. That's a hell of a farce to put on in front of everyone.
I mean, I haven't been over there, but just for my personal clarification, so a year ago there was an explosion, and the bug people came and residents left, and then it just kind of switched as of yesterday.
So timeline, I'm going to give you guys a breakdown. A year and like 2 months ago, no explosion, just the people of the town vanished. During that time, after they vanished, there was a lot of these insect beetle species, the humanoids, that showed up in the town hall. That was at the same time. So the day they vanished was the day they came. These people showed up in their place, and then they took over the town. They ran everything like it was their town. Not immediately. It took time, but they started like getting into roles. They started like kind of building their own community. They spoke common, or they don't know. The thing is common was like he doesn't know if they spoke it naturally or if they learned it in a very short amount of time, but they could speak common. After that, yesterday happened, which was a year and a month or two after everything that happened, and then an explosion happened. And during that explosion is when all of the beetle-like humanoids disappeared, and all of the humans with like the original members of the town, they reappeared back in the city.
But they're starting to turn into beetles, so...
Yes. Well, maybe.
Okay.
We don't know that for sure, but they do look like beetles. Like they're starting...
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes so much more sense. Thank you. Continue.
Yep, no worries. But he looks back and he's like, I hope I was able to help. Was there anything else you needed from me? If I would like to return back to my studies.
Is there anything we can help you with?
Roll me. You've been pretty cool with him so far. Roll me a persuasion check, just like natural.
6.
He looks at you and goes, nope. I'm okay. Thank you, though.
Last question. Do you have any original published works that you sell here that you've written?
I mean, I do have my own, like, guide to flora and fauna, but it's very, like, I mean, I've only have a couple of them, and honestly, I made them at a time where it was, I've learned a lot more since, so they're outdated, but I have a couple copies that I've self-made if you'd like it.
I would love that, as long as I'm not taking away from your collection.
Are you a lover of, like, flora and fauna?
Oh, I am basically made for flora and fauna. I would love swapping stories with you.
Oh,
knowledge about plants, everything.
I found so many exquisite mushrooms out during some of my surveys, and I would love to talk about some of the mushrooms that I found.
Oh my gosh,
yeah.
Yes. Would love that. I mean, we don't have to do it right now. I can come back whenever works for you, but I'm very interested in what you found.
I will get...
Very.
Yes, Foxmoth.
While you guys are doing this, like, in-depth, like, conversation about florals and fauna, Foxmouth would like to sneak upstairs now.
You can. I will say, there's a big padlock on the door that you have to get past to get upstairs.
I'm a rogue.
Go ahead and roll me...
I'll try.
Roll me a... Oh my god, I don't have my stuff in front of me. Is it... Sleight of hand. Jesus, I don't know why I couldn't think of that. Sleight of hand check, please.
Natural 20 for a 27.
Yeah.
For 27, as you, like, go down, you fumbled with so many locks before. This is like child's play. As you go down and, like, you stick the pins in there, and, I need a stealth check as well to, like...
Absolutely, you can have one.
At that moment, I thought we were about to hear the magic words, dexterity saving throw.
Yeah, everything.
That is a 30.
A 30. You are able to maintain composure. You don't make enough sound as, like, you take the padlock off and you slowly rest the chains on the side. The door is open enough that you could go right in with no problem.
Sweet.
Amazing.
You guys, I will say, Dante and Doll, you do, like, you are talking to Luther and you do see that door, like, open and then shut. And Luther, like, goes to turn around to go find his book, and he grabs it, and hands it over to you, doll, and says, "This is my collection. And please, I would love if you're in the town for a little bit longer. I would love for you to tell me how you feel. If I really appreciate honest criticism too. So if there's things that you feel like aren't correct, you can absolutely tell me, and I will not take it personally."
Oh, thank you so much. How much do I owe you for this?
This is on the house for a fellow, well, pursuer of the hobby. There's not a lot of people that I know personally that care about this sort of thing. So
I could never. I would love to pay it forward.
Please pay it forward to the next person that you see that could be in use of a guide like that, or just come back and visit and tell me about the things that you've seen. That would be very cool too.
I would love that. Thank you so much. I am so excited to dive into this. I also, next time, if you have a greenhouse, I would love to see it. But we can do that another time. I'm so excited.
I would love that. Please, I will hold that to you next time I see you.
I will try to be back tomorrow, for sure.
I'm very excited. As you guys are, like, going on, Foxmoth, you make your way upstairs, and a couple things stick out to you.
Oh, boy. Okay, I'm ready.
Switch over to music. As you make your way upstairs, you notice on the tables are these long pink tendrils that are kind of cut open on the tables with like almost like things holding them open, and like different samples are kind of like plated around on these tables. You see as like there's a little microscope that's like on top of it also. It looks like there was like a recent investigation going. There's also 2 empty beds upstairs. In the 2 empty beds, one of them has like an IV, like has like things going to it, and it looks recently there's bloody gauze laying on it. There's like trigger warning for anybody that's like blood. There's like a lot of like bloody bandages like balled up. There's bandages on the ground, and then on the front of the bed, on the far bed, there is a like kind of like a clipboard on it with like documents like hanging off the front.
I would like to go and read what's on those documents.
Absolutely. As you pick up this awesome little clipboard. It says patient. It goes to describe an older, gruff, like patient. It kind of like describes found them wounded, found them like outside of the town during one of my excursions. You look at the patient name, and it says Linemouth.
Linemouth?
Yep.
Okay. I'm assuming that won't mean anything to Foxmoth.
No, it means a lot to you. Like you should pick it up in a heartbeat. Hopefully, that would be fantastic. But if you don't, that's all right too. But you do know the name.
Wait.
Shuffle.
You know the name really
I'm
well.
like, okay.
Really well.
I want to say something, but I don't want to ruin it.
Let me just look at my notes real quick, just to be sure, because I don't like the look that's on Billy's face.
You should
I
also look at
think
the
back
notes
to
on
the
Matt's
beginning
face.
of this episode.
I was not, here for most of the beginning of the episode.
It was a scene you were interacting with.
It was?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, is that his name?
No, okay. I'm so sorry. It's not his name. Let me go further back. You have given me 2 names, and one of them is this name.
Oh. Oh shit.
Realized in real time.
Yep. Okay. She's going to basically so nobody else sees this. Is she I'm still invisible, right?
Yep.
Okay, so never mind. This description will not work since she's invisible. But she immediately accidentally bites her tongue in, like, frustration and keeps reading what's on the board.
Perfect. You keep reading, and it just says radiated energy, like question mark, and very protective over gear. The other thing it says is looked very scared and very worried.
Yeah. She's holding this clipboard, reads it, and her as she's holding the clipboard, she accidentally just snaps it in half. And she looks at the broken pieces that are just like in her hands, and just looks around and goes to one of the beds and just slides the broken pieces under the bed.
Okay.
And now she's now started to become rather anxious. Not in a way that's like clumsy anxious, but as in her mind is kind of swirling a little bit. And she's going to continue looking around for more clues of this person.
Yeah. You roll me an investigation check.
Yeah. Investigation.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, 22.
22. You start tearing apart the place. Like, you start frantically kind of like looking around and trying to find stuff. As like you start like lifting up different like bookcases and shelves and stuff like that. You don't find too much on like any more notes on him necessarily. You do kind of like find like a journal that seems like it hasn't been kept up in a while. You do kind of like peer through as you're like just trying to figure out what's going on. And there is like a passage that details like when he met this person. It seems like it was not long ago. Maybe like 3 weeks ago, more give or take. Found them like bloodied and
3 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago, bloodied and beat up on the side of the road. Coming back from another trip to the forest. Coming from another trip from the forest, and as they started making their way back, you notice that they detailed like finding this person, like trying to like drag themselves almost to the town and making sure that they got there. They kept saying they need to find somewhere safe for, and that's what they said. That's where it ends. They need to find somewhere safe for.
Oh my gosh. Me as a person is struggling. This is insane. Okay. And is there a way for Foxmoth to check and make sure that whatever this plant is has nothing to do with this person? Like they didn't use this plant somehow on their wounds? That they're, hopefully to her, she wants them to be two completely separate things.
One of the things that you like you notice in some of the notes is like it seems like at some point the doctor, assumably, who is also this lovely little satyr downstairs, wrote down like connection ? But nothing else is elaborated.
Okay. She's gonna leave the room. Leaves the room. Actually, you know what? Before she leaves the room, I would like to do another investigation to see if Line left behind anything. If there's any of their belongings there.
Roll me an investigation to find anything. DC is very high.
No! was rolling so good. I gotta say.
You find absolutely nothing of theirs.
No, this is the most important roll ever. Okay. I'm so angry right now.
I'm so happy right now. Oh,
No.
yeah.
She's gonna leave now. Almost in like a, nothing like a, like, not in like a fit of rage or anything, and just more of like, more of like repressed hope, to where she's probably not seeing things straight. So whatever it was she could have found, it's not there. And so she's gonna leave, and not gonna do it quietly.
Okay. Detail to me how you're leaving through the door that you snuck through.
So the door is still slightly open. She still comes through, but she's going to stand in front of the door, no longer invisible, and no longer a dragonborn, and is going to push the door closed with her foot. Now standing behind the shopkeeper is a tabaxi. Is a black tabaxi.
You shut the door, and the rest of you see somebody you fucking never have seen. This is a brand new person almost. As you shut the door with your foot, like the satyr like jumps, and Luther like turns back. And goes, what have you done? Who are you? What were you doing upstairs? Why were you? What are you doing?
She threateningly pulls out one of her daggers and kind of fiddles with it out of its sheath in one of her hands. My heart rate is so high right now. And she says, "No, I have a few questions for you. You had somebody upstairs. Where are they now?"
I don't ask questions when people are injured. I just did my best to. Why
Wouldn't
did you?
exactly let an injured person just, casually leave your shop. You must
I
have seen
think I
which
see
direction
what it
they
means
went.
when you say you feel threatened.
That's,
Take it they're not your partner then, are they?
No. Dante, be quiet.
I legitimately, I just helped the person get better. I didn't.
You're stuttering a little too much. I need clear and concise sentences before your tongue gets cut out.
I don't know what to say to you. I don't. Why? Who are you?
Where is Linemouth?
I mean, they healed
Did
up.
they leave
left.
healed? When did they leave?
Not long ago, before the explosion.
Specify time.
About a week or so. Are you gonna kill me?
I might if I don't get the answers I'm looking for, or at least some answers.
Did I do something to you?
Not that I tell you yet. So that depends on the answers that you give. So, they left a week ago. What were their injuries?
It seemed like they sustained some kind of injury
Come on.
from. I don't. It was a spell. It seemed like a spell. I don't know what kind of spell. That wasn't my job to figure that out. It was just to help a dying man.
So he's not dead.
No, he's not
He healed
dead.
and left about a week ago.
A week ago, yes.
Do you know anything else? And I would like to roll intimidation
Go for it.
on
Roll
this
intimidation.
person.
I have been being silent
It's
during
an
their
8,
interrogation.
but that's okay.
I am moving to just trying to make it obvious, not trying to, but like moving to put myself between the main door.
Okay.
I haven't necessarily decided what, if anything, I'm doing at the moment.
Absolutely. I like that even more. What is your role again? I'm so sorry.
It was an 8.
It was
I didn't really need to roll it, but I felt like it was appropriate.
That's okay.
But Foxmouth is still gonna threaten them.
You, like, get closer to him, and he says, "Are you the people that tried to kill him? Are you?" And he looks at you, doll, and he goes, "You're bad people."
No, I don't even know who this is. Were they upstairs in that room? I don't know where this person came from. I don't even know who this is. And I'm gonna look at Foxmoth. Totally not recognizing her, I can imagine.
Nope.
Do I recognize you? No.
Nope.
I am not a bad person. I believe in the fairness of life and death. I am not part of assassinations. I cultivate natural things around me.
It's true. They don't know me at all.
That's my job. If you want a little more history, I was the guardian of the forests up above Fallenbrook for a very long time.
You were...
I think the important thing for you to realize, Elle, is there are 3 separate parties standing in this room. There's Doll, myself, you, and her.
I would like to put a pin in what you said, ma'am. But also, no, I don't. I found them injured on the road, and I brought them in, and I helped them because it was somebody that was in danger of dying, and I didn't want that to happen to them. Whatever happened to them was spell related. It seemed like it was something to do with nature, but I don't know enough. I didn't look into it enough. As for where they went, I don't know. They got better, and they kept saying they have to go back, and I don't know where back is. I don't know what they're doing. I have no idea.
I believe you. Now, let's go back to a previous sentence that you were speaking.
Yeah.
Who do you think I am? Who do you think I'm from?
I have no idea. I just basic people would tell me that an injured man shows up to my upstairs, and then a bunch of thugs would show up in my shop. So assumably you were the person chasing them down and trying to kill them or do something nefarious. I would assume.
You are correct on one account, that I am looking for them, but I don't want to kill them. If I find out that you have lied to me in any capacity, and she's gonna take the knife and run it across his cheek.
Okay, I don't think that's really necessary. You're out of bounds here.
If you have lied to me, I will be coming back.
Can you please leave my shop? All of you?
I will leave your shop now. And she starts to walk away.
He falls to the floor and almost has a small panic attack as he just sits on his butt, and he he doesn't know what to do right now. He is just in absolute fear. He just, if you all could please leave, that would be fantastic. I'm so sorry. Goodbye.
Don't be sorry. If I can give you one little thing before I go, I hope this helps. And I'll cast a little bit of light in his hands.
He flinches as you go to do that. And he takes a step, almost gets nervous and takes the little light, but just thank you. Can you please leave, all of you?
Yes.
Thank you.
Goodbye, sir.
I step out of the shop and I am livid. I am so angry right now. How dare you? Who even do you think you are? You go into this poor man's shop. He has been through so much and you just threaten him?
There's a very, it's not very quick, but there's a quick, almost changing of her appearance to Foxmoth and then back to the tabaxi.
So you think that was appropriate? Just changing your form and threatening this man. I mean, do you have a hit out on him? What's the deal?
No, I don't have a hit out on him. But he does know information about somebody that I am looking for that I presumed dead. And not that nearly everybody, maybe Dante would understand, that sometimes the only way you can get things is through violence. Or at least threat thereof.
You didn't even try a diplomatic solution. Didn't
No, I
even go
didn't.
there.
No.
You gave that man a poor panic attack. And who knows if he will recover.
He won't.
I feel like there were better ways to go about that.
Probably.
Sorry.
But at least not in the heat of the moment.
What did matter was that man was the only goddamn lead we had on what was going on in this town. You fucked that up for us.
Way to go, Foxmoth, the werewolf. The werewolf.
You did so well.
The werewolf.
Werewolf?
Yeah, you're obviously a werewolf wearing a dragon's costume.
No, I'm a tabaxi. I've been... You think I'm a...
Are you? Are you a tabaxi? Are you a dragonborn? Are you a werewolf? Or are you just someone that likes to threaten people?
Yes to the third one. But no, I am a tabaxi, I'm not a werewolf. First of all, it's not the full moon, and it's daylight. It's daylight, right?
Yeah, it was like getting darker out, but like it's not. It's like
not
midday.
dark out. I have been using a spell to disguise myself.
This guy's self.
Yes. Correct.
In the other way, though, rather than what she was doing beforehand.
Yes, this is what I really look like. And sound like,
Cool.
for that matter.
So you've been lying to us this whole time?
And none of you have been holding back secrets?
None that pertain to any of you.
I'm not sure how simply being in a disguise of self for preservation is technically considered lying, as it was only in my own self-interest. It had nothing to do with any of you.
No, I just kind of presumed you were lying in every facet of your life, Fox.
Now, you are smart. I am not, however, constantly lying.
Sure. We'll pretend on that.
That was for me.
We don't know what this satyr is going to tell other people.
No,
He
we'll-
might tell everyone that we're a threat. And that could
But
turn the
here's the
whole
thing.
town against us.
You guys aren't connected to me in the slightest, at least in this form. So all I have to do is change forms and they'll never find me, and they know that you have nothing to do with me.
The town going on a fucking witch hunt ain't exactly the best of situations for us either, Fox.
That probably will mean that you have to disassociate yourself from us the rest of the time that we're here.
I mean, if that's what you want, sure.
Not even necessarily what we want. Well, you can't really be yourself around the townsfolk for obvious reasons. We're currently about to play a balancing game about whether Elle thinks that you're more dangerous or the bug people are more dangerous. And honestly, he could be right on either effect. Mobs can be scary.
That is true. They can
But-
be rather scary.
I don't want the fucking mob to turn against us. Well, my goddamn sister is serving them drinks. We're gonna try to keep this quiet for a while. We have somehow made all this progress and it's led us right back to the start. We have next to nothing.
I would say I apologize, but I don't feel bad. However,
It's probably, not in Foxmoth's interest. No.
but at least for now, and she'll kind of, she's got a cloak that she has attached to her armor, and she'll kind of like swirl around and turn back into a half elf, and she just kind of waves and walks down a different alleyway.
I'm gonna look back at the windows of the shop. Is he looking at us?
I
I would have assumed
Roll
we
pretty-
would not be in like a eye level of him seeing us.
I mean, you just said all you said. You guys walked out of the shop. That's all you guys
Yeah,
said.
True.
we
Uh,
didn't
should've
specify
specified.
away from it.
I'm really glad you asked that. Roll me a perception check.
It's only an 8.
You see something moving.
I'm gonna
around,
cast. Okay.
You don't know.
I'm gonna cast guidance on myself again. Just for these rolls.
That's go for it.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna shake my head and start going back to the rubble and just looking through it, seeing what I can find.
I am not as foolish as Fox is in this state of mind to say what I'm actually thinking. But the thought running through Dante's head with no irony whatsoever is, I did not feel like killing an entire town today. God damn it. Are we going to have to come to that? And that is his thoughts as he keeps going with Doll.
Mia's on.
Do you wanna help me throw some of this- Sorry, go ahead.
I was saying Mia's on. I feel terrible. Like this, my stupid character.
You played it well. I mean,
Thank
that
you.
was right on par. Yeah.
It was good. Great.
Dante, do you want to help me throw these pieces of rubble in various directions? I need to get my anger out.
I shot put a motherfucker.
Okay, usually I go spinning with Gregory and Winona, but they're not here right now.
Oh, who's Gregory and Winona?
You've seen Parks and Rec. I stole that directly from that show.
I haven't seen that in so long. It's so great.
Yeah. Okay. I'd like to go look
Excavates
through
and
rubble more.
skeletons.
Both of you, I will say, you can either both separately roll an investigation check, or you can help Doll's investigation check, Dante.
What's your investigation at?
1.
Okay, I have a 2. Not much better.
I can give you advantage. You can
It's-
guide yourself if you want.
I do have guidance.
Yep, you do have
That's
guidance.
An extra D4. Hey. There we go.
Look at me being helpful. It's okay. I'll just brood in the corner while she's digging.
Okay, I'm gonna save my guidance roll because this was pretty good. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You, like, lift up a few different pieces of rubble. You start looking through. As, like, you're picking up some of these pieces, you find what looks like the remnants of, like a crossbow. It's, like, really mangled. Like, really mangled. But, like, you're looking at it and you're like, this, like, looks like a crossbow. There's a couple things that, like, to note here. One, while this is a very durable crossbow to survive an explosion of this caliber, it is, like, you've never seen this kind of, like material before. Whatever is, like, in this is, like, it almost feels like the best equation I can put it to is, like, you've seen the sending stones that Orifal gave you guys, and, like, those were, like, really advanced for what they were. Like, this looks very advanced. Like, it looks like something that is just, like, so unique. It's almost hard to explain, but it's almost like a really charred white, with, like these small blue, like, lines that kind of go through it. It looks like it almost was like an LED to you, like tiny little torches, like gemstones almost that would, like, light up on it. But, like, it is far out, man. Like, you cannot piece where this is from. Another thing to note is looking at this thing, like, it looks like it had, like, it obviously it fires, like, bolts, but it doesn't necessarily have, like a bow to it. It kind of just, like, is all contained inside of the device.
Interesting. Okay.
And it looks like whatever it was, I mean, like, it's spent. There's no ammo left.
Okay. That's good to know. I'm gonna take it with me. I'll put it in my bag of holding, as well as like any other little pieces I find that look like it could fit into it somehow. I'm just curious about it.
Yeah, absolutely. You can add to your inventory. You can add charred crossbow, charred unique crossbow, and it's hard to find a lot of like anything else here. Like the implosion seems to kind of like, it seems like things have happened pretty quick here. You do find like some blood. You do find like a lot of parts. Okay, you know what? I will give you one more thing. You do find like there is a very small like carapace that is like a ball of carapace almost like bunched up in the middle of this like crater. Yeah, you see that just like on the ground. Like it's a ball. Like it's not like a little piece or like a shell. It's just like a mashed up ball.
It's mashed.
It's mashed.
It's not.
It's impacted very hard, but it's mashed together.
Okay. I'm gonna pick that up.
Yep.
Too. That is interesting. I haven't seen anything like that. Probably with the intent to see if I could crack it open. That's not too.
Yeah, you don't have to do anything. You easily like crack it open.
Cool.
It looks like a lot of carapaces that have hit into each other at like a very fast speed, and this is the remnant of it.
Ooh.
Oh gosh. Ooh. I'm gonna delicately put it back where I found it.
Fair
And
enough.
move away.
If I may.
Mhm.
Also, I realized why I didn't recognize the name at first. I went back and looked. I misspelled his name.
Was it Moth?
Yes.
Okay, that's fine. I figured.
That's why I was like, wait a second.
I said it, and I wanted to correct it, but I was like, I don't know.
No, you're totally
I was
fine.
like-
That was all on me. But Foxmoth is gonna go back to the shop once there's no eyes on her.
You.
The shop we just came out of?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
It sucks playing a similar character because I know exactly what you're fucking doing.
I don't know if you do.
I can't wait to see.
You. You can. What's up? What's up, Dante?
I just wanted to say after to kind of put in my 2 dice of after the 2 of us have been looking through the Rebel for a while. I think I'm gonna go and see if our friends at the Glacial Exchange are willing to talk.
Okay.
You don't have to come if you don't want to. I wouldn't want to make a lady uncomfortable.
Thank you. How sweet of you. Do you think it would be better if I came? Don't really have anything to do right now.
Well, I think you might make me hold my tongue a bit
Okay.
if you think that's
That's-
worthwhile.
It is worthwhile. Okay. I can come and just hang out in the background. That's
Well.
fine.
Let's see how they how integrated with the populace they are, or if they've hung back at our humble shop.
I'm
Instead of
gonna
having
just boop your nose really quick. Oh, here, take this and cast guidance on you. I know, it kind of makes you sneeze at first, but it'll go away.
So cute.
And then I will cast, well, I'll do this closer, but I want to cast gaseous form when we get
Oh.
closer. So I'm not
So you
super
work.
obvious. Yeah.
I love it. Was there anything else you guys wanted to do?
Yeah, I'm gonna go talk to the shopkeeper. Oh, you were talking to them. I'm so sorry.
No, you're okay. I'm asking
We're-
everybody. Yep.
We're both heading in directions. You to the shopkeep, us to the smoke spice shop.
Perfect. We will go to you, Voxmoth. You are going to the shop. The door is shut. It seems locked at this point. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna lockpick it.
Go ahead and roll me a sleight of hand to lockpick this door.
Oh, come on. It's an 11.
I would say an 11's gonna get it. He's not.
Okay.
You'd
This
easily.
man's so unassuming.
I know.
You lockpick
She is
it.
no longer disguising herself as well.
So you're at the tabaxi right now?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
You see this small satyr man sitting on the floor, like next to his like counter. You like see him like holding a small cup of tea and kind of just sitting on the floor, like breathe, like kind of doing like breathing exercises.
You evil person.
Am I? She's gonna walk in. I'm assuming there's a bell on the door for if somebody opens it.
I would say
Or maybe.
yeah, it's a shop. Yeah, I could.
Okay. She does it, and she takes her hood off and has her hands up as she walks in and closes the door behind her.
Please, I have nothing. I can't. What do you? Please, I don't.
Relax. Relax. I know I was rather aggressive earlier.
You threatened to kill me.
I did. I do that a lot. Not gonna lie.
I don't know if that's endearing or not.
Take it as you will. Now, what kind of tea are you drinking?
Stuff I made myself. What are you doing here?
I have come to talk. Simple. I have no weapons. Claws, but I have no weapons. I'm not doing anything. You can continue drinking your tea. You can even serve some up for me, and I will gladly take some.
I wouldn't like to right now, please.
That's fine. I figured
Okay.
I'd give the option. Now, I'm gonna come a little closer. I will not be harming you in any way, physically or psychologically further. Alright?
If you could stay where you're at, that would be fantastic. You
Sure.
pulled a
And
knife.
she just takes one step, no further. Sure, that's fine. Now, I have a few clarifying points I would like to come across.
Okay.
I am indeed looking for the man that was upstairs. Now, the people who were here, I'm being genuine, they actually have no idea who I am. We don't know each other. That I was acting on my own accord. I just don't want to get, other people involved if we don't have to. Everything's already a mess as it is in this city.
I'm not gonna say anything.
Oh, no.
I just want
fine.
you to leave me alone, to be honest.
No. Hold. I have come to do something I have only done on... This is now the 7th occasion. I have
You
come to
murder me?
apologize. I have come to apologize.
Okay.
I am sorry for the way that I treated you. That was not something you deserved. Thank you for helping Lynn, while he was here. I'm gonna tell you something to show my appreciation, alright?
Mm-hmm.
Lynn is my mate. I am looking for him because I thought he was dead.
Oh,
So, I want to thank you, as well as apologize, that you found him, took him in, and helped him heal. Alright?
yeah. That's more than fine. So he didn't mention anything about the mate or anything.
That's alright. I assumed him dead, so it's possible that whatever state that he is in some state that he may not even recognize me when we meet. So, I would like to repay you for your services, and she reaches into one of her pockets. It very clearly doesn't have a weapon in it, it's just a pouch, and she pulls out 4 gold pieces and puts them on the floor and just kind of like pushes them forward. Now, I'm going to leave, and you will never see me again, all right?
Roll me a persuasion check. Flat.
All right. Persuasion. That was a natural 1.
Man, you are fucking literally like 2 for 2. He goes and takes the gold coins and he just like puts them in his hands and he's like, I don't feel comfortable here, and he slides them back to you because I don't want your money. It's fine. I will say, it did seem endearing. Like it didn't seem like you were lying about the apology. I will accept it.
Thank you. I'm not gonna take the gold. I don't really need it. So I'm just gonna leave it here. Whether you take it or not, do whatever you want with it. I'm gonna go now. All right?
How did you meet them?
Who?
Your mate.
Oh. We grew up together.
Really?
Why?
Just he seems a lot older than you. I didn't think that you. Interesting.
I wasn't that much older, but in
You-
what way?
You were older than him?
Wait. No. Shit. He left a week ago. Time is doing some weird things around here, isn't it?
I mean, yeah, but he didn't come back with the whole thing. I don't know where he came from, but that's interesting.
That is interesting.
It doesn't seem like you would. It just seems a lot older than you. I don't know how. Maybe it is time. I don't know, but
Yes. I'm familiar with some weird time things that just continue to happen, however. But I will find him and I will get answers either way.
Okay. If you really are his mate, he did leave something behind. If you want.
Really?
Yeah.
I would appreciate that, yes.
And he gets up and he goes over to his counter and he pulls it open. Pulls his one of the drawers open as he reaches in and he grabs what seems to be like these etched tags. To you recognize them immediately as little tags that you got for fighting in the Hollis Haven massacre as part of one of the people that fought against the portals that were opening. As he makes his way over to you, he goes, I would assume that you would want them.
Would you feel comfortable putting the dog tags on the ground and then I come get them?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Go ahead.
Okay. And
You just seem anxious. I wanted to give you the option.
he sets them on the ground and he takes a step back.
She goes and picks them up. Do they have Lynn's name on them?
Give me just a second, and I will tell you exactly what they have at them. You pick these up, and as you look at them, you turn them over.
I have a feeling I know what you're going to say.
I bet you do. You turn them around, and as you do...
Just say it! Billy!
I wish I had, a great...
Vampire!
Drum roll. Vampire! You turn it over, and you see, as it says, Commander Randerleaf. and he says, I wish you the best of luck. And before you have a chance to respond, this is where we're going to end tonight's episode as we pick up next time, figure out all the cool things that we do in next episode. Thank you all for watching, and please tune in to all of the great things we do down the line. It's going to be fantastic.
I feel like so many people are going to die and we did not even roll combat.
So much more stories.
The shopkeeper might be about to die.
Yeah.
Thank you all for watching.
Yeah.
Enjoy your night.
Okay, bye. See you next week.
I got 5 gold on Dead Shopkeeper.
Woo!